Life is not about holding the best cards, but mastering the art of playing the worst ones well. It's not the luck you're dealt, it's how you choose to play it. The bold don't always win, but those who keep playing always have a chance. Don't judge a day by how much you harvest, but by the seeds you quietly plant. Every act of kindness, every small courage, every gentle word is a seed, and one day, those seeds will bloom into something beyond your sight. Everyone, sooner or later, sits down at a banquet of consequences, not because we are punished, but because life always serves what we've been quietly cooking all along. We choose the ingredients, we light the fire, and when it's ready, we taste what we've made. The secret to happiness? A small ego, a generous wallet, and a sense of humor about both. Good wine helps too, but really it's not the wine, it's the people you drink it with. I don't travel to arrive. I travel to move, to wander, to be surprised by silence, to get lost and find a part of myself, waiting patiently in some forgotten alley of thought. That's the thing about the road. Changes you, not by force, but by showing you who you are. When the map no longer matters. I always carry 2 books, one to read and one to write in, because life is a story told to ourselves, before anyone else. There is no duty more underestimated than the duty to be happy. When we live with joy, we scatter invisible blessings around us. Happiness is contagious. It spreads in ways we never see. We are all travelers in the wilderness of this world. And the best gift you can find on that road is an honest friend, a fellow soul who walks beside you, not to lead, not to follow, but simply to be there. Keep your fears close, but your courage closer. You don't need to shout it. You just need to carry it in your step. And if you ask me, yes, I believe dogs go to heaven, long before any of us, because they already know how to love, without judgment. So long as we love, we serve. So long as someone loves us, we matter, and no man is useless. As long as he has a friend, there are no foreign lands. There are only foreign minds. Minds that forget we all want the same things. Peace, purpose, and someone to listen. Some lies are spoken. Some are lived in silence. And silence, when wielded poorly, can be the cruelest weapon. But quiet minds are not afraid. They don't panic in storms. They just keep ticking, like a faithful clock in a thunderstorm. A friend, a real one, is a gift you give yourself. Not someone who agrees, but someone who understands, even when they don't. It is one thing to silence curiosity. It is another to conquer it. And the saints we admire, they're just the sinners who refuse to give up. You can give without loving, but you can never love without giving. To know what you truly prefer, to choose what your soul whispers, instead of nodding to what the world insists. That is to keep your spirit alive. Wine is bottled poetry, but poetry is everywhere, if you know how to sip slowly. There are two things men should never be ashamed of: goodness and humility. We have too little of both, in a world that rewards pride. The challenge of writing is not to impress, but to express, not to stir the reader, but to move them, exactly as you mean to. You cannot run away from weakness. You must wrestle it, challenge it, and if you must fall, fall forward. If that moment is coming, then let it come now, because life doesn't wait. Our mission in life is not to succeed. It's to keep going, even after we don't, to fail, with dignity, with heart, with humor. The world is full of wonders, perhaps too many, but we are too distracted to notice. Kings and beggars both walk beneath the same sky. Work is noble, but worshipping it, while neglecting the rest of life, that is its own tragedy. Somewhere, someone is gathering seashells on a quiet shore, and living a richer life than a man counting gold in a tower. Books are beautiful, but never forget to live. Pages are powerful, but they cannot replace touch, laughter, pain, and real moments. Dead men don't bite, but living ones, with broken dreams and unmet needs, they do. Compromise. That's the wisest lawyer you'll ever meet. It doesn't always win the case, but it keeps you from bleeding your soul in court. The truth that is hidden among friends becomes the sharpest weapon in the hands of enemies. We do not fall because of distant storms, but because we ignored the tremors inside our home. The devil, believe it or not sometimes, dresses in manners, speaks gently, and waits with patience longer than any saint. Everyone who stands tall today began once on their knees, not in defeat, but in determination. Marriage, a friendship with paperwork. Yet the bond of real understanding needs no witness. It needs only presence. In silence, in chaos, in broken days. Fear is not weakness. It is the ultimate strength untrained. You must play with fear, dance with it, until it forgets you are a stranger, and mistakes you for courage. If you wish to sip the richest nectar of life, you must first dare the sting of its fiercest bees. A clear conscience, 8 parts courage, 2 parts silence. It lets you sleep when others pace. It lets you walk through storms, without carrying guilt as your umbrella. We are not punished for our sins, but by them. Every decision echoes. Every betrayal returns in unfamiliar shapes. The greatest enemy of progress is not failure, it's the fear of being seen failing. To travel hopefully, with nothing promised, is richer than arriving with nothing left to dream. An aim in life is not a destination. It is the direction of your fire. Every word, every speech, every sentence written or spoken is a dead language until it meets a heart ready to hear. Good and evil live side by side. In the soul, like 2 seeds under one sun, whichever you water, grows strong. To be afraid and still do it, that's beauty, that's art. That's what makes us more than skin and bone. Some of the best adventures are not found on maps. They are discovered when everything goes wrong. Extreme busyness? It is the badge of one who's forgotten how to listen to their soul. A talent for idleness means you're not running away, you're letting the world catch up. Sightseeing is often the act of traveling to feel nothing, but to pause and see deeply. That's the miracle. All human beings are stories, written in a mix of ink and ash. Good and evil are paragraphs, never entire novels. When a friend hides the truth to protect you, they give your enemies a mirror. That reflection will not lie. The devil, make no mistake, knows how to hold the door and offer tea before destruction. Everyone begins somewhere, but those who pretend they didn't lose the map for others. Marriage? At its best, it's the quiet joy of being misunderstood by someone who still chooses you every day. Fear is the strongest emotion. That's why it arrives early and leaves last. Trifling with fear teaches you that joy is not on the mountaintop. It lives in every trembling step up the hill. A clean conscience is a sword that never rusts. It slices through worry, guilt, and even shame.